artificial intelligence, large language models, and the serious threat it poses to white-collar jobs. All this time, the Trump narrative, the Indonesia narrative that blue-collar jobs are being taken away by China's overcapacity and that sort of stuff. Very soon, we'll be talking about white-collar jobs being taken away by ChatGPT. How does a country like Indonesia, which needs to generate millions and millions of jobs, it's a prerequisite to the 8% plus growth target, how does it ensure that?
Of course, this is a problem for every country all over the world now. But the way I look at it, I'm trying to be optimistic, Timer. This is not the first time the world is facing the impact of the technology to the humankind. Look at what happened during the Industrial Revolution. The premise at the time that every job will be replaced by machine, yeah? But look at what happened after this. So the way I look at it, what is happening is not a sort of about like the destruction of job, but redefinition of job. The same job will be available, but will require a different skill of set. Yeah. So for example, we still need medical doctor. We still need nurse, but both nurse and doctor will require a different skill set because they have to know how to operate the artificial intelligence, for example, the technology, for example. So the solution is about the reskilling, about the training. That's really the important. That's one thing that we probably need to anticipate. That is why, as I said to you, the role of the private sector in helping the training is a very important one. But I have concern here. I am more worried about the government 4.0 rather than industrial 4.0. Why? Can you imagine with this, the disruption of the technology, the product cycle is getting shorter and shorter, right? How do you position the government in introducing the policy if the product is only lasts for about 6 months? Because after that, the product is no longer exists, it's obsolete. As a regulator, it will be very difficult for you if you keep amend your regulation every 6 months, right? So I think this will require the change of mindset. The ideal solution will be an agile bureaucracy. But agile bureaucracy is an oxymoron. There is no way bureaucracy can be agile. So the bureaucracy should change the mindset from agree on rules to agree on principle. And this is not an easy thing.
Not easy at all. And again, as you say, it is not an Indonesia specific, it's a whole, humanity's big challenge going forward. Are you in the camp that we're on the cusp of a big productivity revolution thanks to AI?
I think so. I think so. Let me just give an example. We have to change all the conventional thinking, method, etc. Let me give an example. I'm teaching at the Department of Economics at the University of Indonesia. We always expect the student to be able to answer the question during the exams, right? But in the future, from now on, I don't think anybody will be smarter than ChatGPT in providing the answer. So what's the point to ask the student to provide an answer? So what we teach them at the university is not to provide an answer, but to ask the question that ChatGPT cannot provide an answer. So this is something that, a new different method. Yeah, that is why I'm putting in my exams. The first question is not to answer the question, but to ask the question. And if this question never crossed to my mind, that will be the very good research question.
And what's your sense? The students are adapting to this new world?
The student, they do, but not the lecturer.